Our industry is grappling with uncertainty. At the 2025 National Restaurant Association Show, you'll explore innovative solutions, strategies, and partnerships that will prepare you for whatever comes your way. Take it from me, the show has everything you need to elevate your front and back of house. You'll see, touch, taste, and demo the latest trending products across more than 900 categories, including food, beverage, technology, equipment, and more. Don't miss the industry's most trusted event taking place in Chicago, May 17th to 20th. Secure a badge by May 9th to save $30. Register today at nationalrestaurantshow.com. Rate quoted ends on May 9th and applies to operators only. Non-exhibiting suppliers are subject to a higher badge rate. Please check out the show's website.
Hi there, and welcome to Menu Talk. I'm Pat Cobe, Senior Menu Editor of Restaurant Business, and I am here with
Bret Thorne, Senior Food and Beverage Editor of Nation's Restaurant News and Restaurant Hospitality. Welcome, everybody. And hi, Pat. Nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you. We're all kind of gearing up for the restaurant show, which starts in less than 2 weeks.
I better book my flight. My hotel room's booked, but I need to book my flight, and it's always fun. Obviously, a big highlight for the Nation's Restaurant News crew is our Menu Masters party on Saturday. Big fun. If you're a restaurant operator, register to come. We'd love to have you. If you're not a restaurant operator, you're not invited and you can't come.
Can you reveal who some of the chefs you're honoring are?
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's all public. We're inducting Dominique Crenn into our Menu Masters Hall of Fame. Curtis Duffy, an amazing Chicago chef, is our Innovator of the Year. We are honoring Iron Hill for Best Menu Revamp, and also handing awards to Wendy's and Chili's and assorted other chains. You can see them all at nrn.com. Just search Menu Masters. We have this thing we do now. We started doing it last year, where for many years, for more than 20 years, the winning chefs would show up at the Drake Hotel and they would serve their winning menu items. And that was always a really fun thing. And you had a combination of like fine dining from the Hall of Fame inductee to often quick service and casual dining stuff. And it was really fun to celebrate the entire industry that way. But now we're at a new location, and instead of making the winners work for the whole party, we have them get together at Johnson & Wales University in Providence to develop a menu that will be served at the party. So it's a one-of-a-kind, one-time only menu that was developed. And it's also a super fun collaboration event. You can search Menu Masters for a documentary series that we've done on it. I think the 3rd episode just dropped. And so there's a lot of evolution in the Menu Masters world, and it makes for a really fun celebration. And you don't have to dress up as much anymore. You know, it used to be sort of a rather suit and tie kind of event, and now I think I might wear sneakers.
Oh, well, that'll be a lot easier on your feet.
Right, and the after party is dancing. So, you know, I have to dance. We're watching. I gotta, show up for it. So, and I enjoy it, obviously.
Well, it's always a great event. So leading up to this week, we saw a lot of Cinco de Mayo specials on menus. I know when you hear this podcast, it'll be the day after Cinco de Mayo. I'm sure a lot of people are recovering because it's not, having it on a Monday is a little rough, I think.
Yeah, well, I celebrated Cinco de Mayo on Saturday.
That was smart.
I mean, someone said, let's go to Empanada Loca, which is a Mexican restaurant here in Brooklyn. And I had something I'd never had before called an enfrijolada, which is like an enchilada, but with a bunch of refried beans all over it. So enchilada is smothered in delicious black beans. And I wore a teeny tiny sombrero, and I didn't drink margaritas. I had tequila and soda instead. I'm sort of a lighter sort of drink, lighter in terms of calories, not lighter in terms of alcohol. And I drink a lot of them over the course of the day. So,
well, it was also, kind of a warm day in New York. So
yes,
that probably went well.
Yeah, it was gloomy in other parts of the country, as I understand it. But in New York, it was a lovely sunny day, like in the 70s and 80s. It was really pleasant, and I enjoyed it because, as you know, Pat, our bosses want us to do more social media and more video. I just posted just a picture or a little short video of me wearing a teeny tiny sombrero, toasting the camera, and it got almost 1,000 views on TikTok, which is pretty good. And, compared to the hours that I spent working on a post on a Cracker Barrel event that I went to early in the week, and it got 130 views. And, I took some video and narrated it and put captions in, and 130 views. So I'm still working on that.
Yeah, well, I think people like to see you enjoying yourself.
I think maybe that's it. And the tiny sombrero is really cute. You can follow me on TikTok with all of my social media handles are the same. It's Food Writer Diary. And come hang out.
Yeah.
But also, Pat, I know you noticed that there were a number of sort of Cinco de Mayo themed pizzas. They were taco pizzas, right?
Right, taco pizzas from And Pizza and Mellow Mushroom. So I don't think they were just designed for Cinco de Mayo. I think they're going to continue, but why not put taco ingredients on a pizza? Goes
Well,
well.
that was something that happened a bit during the pandemic too. That I know Domino's, for example, launched a taco pizza and a hamburger pizza because everything was being delivered, and pizza delivers better than tacos and burgers do. So just put it on pizza.
So did you notice any other limited time offers coming up this week?
Well, yeah, the Sonic Drive-In has a Unicorn Dream Slush now, and it's a cotton candy flavored slush that's pink, and it has blue raspberry bursting boba in it, and then it's topped with whipped cream and sugar crystals, and so it's this whole pretty, very photogenic drink, which, as we know, is very trendy now, and it's served with different straws, so you can collect them all, and that means spending more money, which, obviously Sonic wants you to do. And there are two different color changing straws. One's white to pink, and one is green to blue. I guess it changes with temperature or something when you put it in or maybe when it gets wet. I don't know. And then there's one that is a neon green glow in the dark straw, and another is a glittering blue straw. But it reminds me of the Starbucks Unicorn Frappuccino that was launched 8 years ago.
Right.
It became a viral sensation. I mean, who cares what it tasted like? It changed colors, and it was fun to play with, and people stood in a long time to get it. And hey, if it works, it works.
People like color changing drinks, cocktails too. I remember when that butterfly pea ingredient was really big, and it changes colors from pink to blue or blue to pink.
I think blue to purple, but based on the acid content. So you add lime to it, and it changes colors.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, and then in big chain news, KFC has brought back its chicken and waffles. Sonic's a big chain, but so is KFC, obviously. And their chicken and waffles, which are chicken tenders on waffles, is back just in time to compete with the McDonald's chicken strips that were recently launched. So we got some chicken strip competition going on. I mean,
Yeah,
tender's a little different from a strip, different.
Yeah, they're a little different. I'm curious as I haven't tried McDonald's yet, but they must cut the tenders in half, or I don't know which cut of meat they actually use to
I
make these
think
strips.
it's just breast strips, which
Breast
is
strips.
lesser than the tender and arguably less premium than the KFC one. McDonald's, if for whatever reason we're not correct about what you're using, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, chicken is so popular now. I mean, it's definitely risen above burgers as the most popular fast food item.
Yeah, it's at parity with McDonald's. Well, at McDonald's, beef and chicken. I think it has been for a while, actually, because the McNuggets are so popular. And then Shake Shack also debuted a big limited time menu. It's a barbecue menu, so we're anticipating this summer. It has 2 different kinds of barbecue sauces, and they also have some limited time shakes: a banana pudding shake, campfire s'mores shake, and then some drinks. They have a cherry limeade, speaking of Sonic, and a mango passionade, strawberry lemonade. And this is part of Shake Shack's broader strategy to have more robust LTOs and doing more with their sides and drinks, which makes sense because sides and drinks are incremental sales. So if you introduce a barbecue burger, that might just be that your customers are going to buy that burger instead of the regular burger, and maybe it's charged at a slight premium. I think for the barbecue ones, it is a little bit.
And shakes, is where Shake Shack started. So they
Right.
definitely, are innovating more in that category.
Right. And to introduce new shakes, obviously, it will probably encourage people to buy more shakes. Ditto with fries. They've introduced some spicy fries with ranch dressing. If you get them with cheese, it's another $1. So it's a clever way to boost sales. They actually had an okay quarter. They just reported last week, and same-store sales were up a tiny bit, which right now is great because same-store sales
Yeah,
are going up.
definitely.
And their traffic was down, but they were in markets that were heavily impacted by weather and fires and stuff because they're in New York and Los Angeles.
McDonald's for the first time had a drop in same store sales.
Yes, as did
So,
Chipotle. So
yeah, which is
that doesn't bode well.
no.
We gotta, I don't know. We'll see what the second quarter does, but
Yeah, hopefully people will eat out more and things will start looking up. But one of the trends I noticed in New York, which might be related to the economy, is that there are, excuse me, a lot more prefix menus and lower cost tasting menus, lower priced ones for like $75, but they're very chef driven. I had the privilege of eating at Attaboy, which is this Korean influenced restaurant, and they do a 4-course tasting menu for $75. It's very chef inspired, has amazing choices that you can try. As you go, as each course comes out, it gets a little larger. And they give you a really cool amuse to start. So it was really very, very good value for $75. And I've noticed other restaurants doing similar prefix tasting menus now.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, having something that's prefix and probably with limited options, that allows the restaurants to control costs better because they know what people are going to order and can manage it more effectively than if it's just a fully a la carte menu. And then that way they can also price it in such a way that they make money and the customers feel good about it.
Right.
And, if they buy drinks, everybody wins.
Yeah, they buy drinks and, some people, like they have certain items in each course that you can add, a supplement of $4 and plus there's an optional, $28 serving of fried chicken because everyone knows Korean fried chicken is really popular.
Yes.
And so a lot of tables order that to share. So it comes out to much more than $75 a person, but there's less waste also, which is a major consideration.
Yeah, it's a smart approach, and I'd love to see more of that. It's funny. I mean, I guess there are combo meals at chain restaurants, but those are usually at limited service restaurants. Well, except for the very obvious ones like the Chili's $10.99, $3.48, some of those others, and those combos do really, really well.
Yeah, definitely.
I would recommend other restaurants figure them out because it's a good way to get people to come in at a reasonable price, have a good meal, let you control your costs better. Smart.
Yeah, and people always order more than the $10.99 meal. I mean, that's just people.
Right. While you're there, enjoy yourself.
Right. Well, I would like to share my interview also with Mark Boyton, who is the VP of Global Food and Beverage for Puttshack, which is a golf eatertainment concept. But Mark talks about how he really wanted to elevate the food and beverage offerings and go way beyond nachos, wings, and quesadillas. And so they do a lot of globally inspired small plates. They have a really great cocktail list. And then in each local market, there are now 14 Putshacks. They do something that's locally inspired with some of the ingredients that are, local to that market. Like in Boston, they do a lobster mac and cheese. And in Atlanta, they might do like a fried chicken with collard greens. So it was a really fun interview. And he's very articulate and talks a lot about where he thinks the entertainment sector is going. So give a listen.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing that.
I'm here with Mark Boyton, who is the VP of Global Food and Beverage for Puttshack. So I want to hear all about Puttshack's menu and how you differentiate it from some of the other concepts in the entertainment world.
Excellent. Yeah. So when we first started, we were looking at obviously what we wanted our offering to be, and we were trying not to be entertainment and be more social competitive dining. So trying to go up to the next level and bring, basically our theory is how do we make the food and beverage offering as good as the game? We've got the triple threat which is the game, the food and beverage, and then the atmosphere and the guest interaction. So the full experience rolled into one. Obviously, we've got some incredibly well-designed buildings with really high-end bar layouts, furniture, lighting, and we just wanted the food and beverage program to match that offering. So we had a completely free pencil to start what we wanted to do. So originally, I think I came up with about 70 food items, and then we got that down to 40, elaborated on what would be a really good fit for our offering. And so we decided to go with globally inspired small plates. So to take those sort of more ethnic flavors and bring that into the mainstream and be a little bit more unique, not just your regular sort of gastropub offering, but to sort of go above and beyond and deliver something that we feel is a better fit for what we are as a brand.
And how many locations do you have now?
We currently have 16 in the US and 4 in London.
Okay, 16 you said, right?
16 US venues.
And they're in all different cities?
We are all over. We started in Atlanta, and then we did Oak Brook, Illinois in the suburbs, and then Miami, Boston, Houston, Denver, Colorado. So yes, we are all over the country right now.
So do you try and adapt the menus to the locale that you're in at all, or are they pretty much the same all over?
So we have a set menu that goes to all venues, and then we have a couple of local items that we share. So for every venue, we have something called a tailpipe, which is a spring roll, and it's locally inspired, and $1 from every sale goes to a local charity. So the local team chooses the charity. We then do a lot of work with that charity. We do volunteer days. We go and work alongside them and fit to make us more a part of the community that we're in. And to really have that tie in with that local flair. So in Atlanta, we have a bacon, collard greens, and chicken, like a southern chicken in the tailpipe. In Boston, we're just about to change from a lobster mac and cheese, and we're changing to a clam chowder inside a spring roll, which is
Cool.
a really fun challenge to put liquid into a spring roll, but we found a way to do it. So, and every venue has that local flair. And obviously in Chicago, we do an Italian beef with hot giardinara, which is one of our most popular items.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. And so, I mean, I know that there are other golf concepts like Top Golf and Five Iron. How is Puttshack different as far as their menu goes, or as far as the concept goes?
Yep. Obviously, Topgolf has their core of wings, quesadillas, nachos, and we've kind of stayed away from that and trying to deliver something at a higher level. Our hummus recipe is an ottolenghi recipe from Mediterranean. So some really unique flavor profiles. We've got a poutine, so it's not just loaded fries. It's a Canadian poutine. We use a garlic butter we make in-house, a red wine gravy made in-house. And I think that's the main difference. We do a lot of scratch cooking. We have about 110 prep recipes that go into our 40-item menu. So we are delivering fresh, consistent, and something a little bit different that exceeds the guest expectation.
Well, you mentioned that you change the tailpipe from time to time. So do you change some of the other menu items too? Or there's some that are on the core menu all the time and others that come and go?
Yeah, we test a lot of our menu items with LTOs, and if we're doing like happy hour or a summer feature, we will test a couple of items, and then depending on their success, we build out. It's like having a baby. We work in 9 months in advance on any new menu. So we're doing a testing stage. We're looking at presentation. Obviously, we're very hot on our presentation and everything being Instagrammable. It's just the style of place we are. Everything's so visual, and everyone nowadays takes a picture of their food. So we try and really, really focus on the offering and then the presentation and the look. So we're looking for that wow factor that when it comes to the table, you actually say, I wasn't expecting that.
And I looked at some of your menus. I noticed that it's predominantly shareables so that people can, I guess people come to Puttshack with friends, and so they want to share the food as well.
Yeah, it's just a fun way to eat. I mean, coming out of the pandemic, everyone got used to sharing again. And sharing food's been around for a while now. It's very rare that anyone will go for a dinner and just have their one entree. Everyone wants a little piece. So for us, focusing on that shareable section and almost top loading the menu with that, it creates that fun sharing environment. And the appetizers are so good, but you still want to hold out for one of our amazing burgers.
So what are some of the best sellers on the shareable side?
The tailpipes do really well for us. So because of the charity component, because it's so unique, you can't get this at any other venue. So when you see people have done tailpipes, but it's usually a Reuben. Ours are very localized, and sort of I look into the history as we go to a new venue. When we opened Nashville, I was looking to the history of Nashville food, and Meat and Three was a concept that had kind of gone out of fashion and was closing down, but very warm to people's hearts as part of the sort of the makeup of the area. So we try and fit those tailpipes in for that. Our dips are very popular. A buffalo chicken dip served with our house-made chips. We actually do that Puttshack style where you can add Italian sausage and blue cheese crumbles, which is absolutely sensational.
And you also do some flatbreads. Are those popular too?
Yes, the flatbreads really are. I mean, it's a staple. It's an elevated pizza, if you will, but we're using the highest quality ingredients. We had a dough bespoke made for us. So it's got a seawater infused flavor profile to it and almost like a soda dough. So a lot of thought got into that. Our sauce we make in-house. Our cheese blend we put together is Chihuahua and mozzarella. Mozzarella melts great, but doesn't have a lot of flavor to it. So we added that Chihuahua, which brings that natural umami salt flavor and really elevates all the ingredients.
What is your favorite shareable on the menu?
I love the poutine. I love the balance of the flavors and the richness. And our bao buns, hugely popular. We actually house smoke the pork overnight in our ovens and shred it the following day, and then add our Korean barbecue sauce to that. So it's the layers of flavor that really sets us apart. It's not just, we're not opening a packet and serving straight from it. We are actually putting the effort in, and everything that we do is layer upon layer of flavor.
Well, it must require, to have a chef at each location and have a lot of training involved, because the items seem more complex than you would normally get like at a eatertainment venue.
Yes, I think it exceeds the expectation. I think a lot of our guests come with the expectation that it's going to be bowling alley style food. And I think they're blown away when they actually see the quality of what we offer. It really does. I mean, it's everyone's looking for that one-stop shop which is why our style of business is so successful, is that people want an activity to go with their meal. It's not going out for dinner is just not enough anymore. So for us to have that all-encompassing in one experience kind of sets us apart.
So you also have a happy hour menu. So is that when most people would come to Puttshack, or is that just to entice them to come at that time?
It's a bit of both. We're obviously trying to give the guests what they want. Happy hours are super popular everywhere, so it's nice to be able to do that offering and just to showcase some of our non-menu items. So we've got an onion dip on the menu that's actually from our event menu, but we cross-utilize it on the happy hour menu just so we can deliver something a little bit different from what's on our main menu.
Right. Oh, so you do big events too. That's more like a catered event.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So you have a separate catering menu as well?
We have a totally separate catering menu, but it's all based on smaller versions of our regular tabletop food service. So our Mediterranean lamb skewers just done in a smaller format. We also do a saffron chicken that's like a Persian inspired chicken. And again, these are very well researched recipes to deliver a really unique flavor profile.
Yeah.
So we tend not to be a chafing dish. There's not the Italian buffet. There's not the all-American. It's more of a bespoke feeling with our offering for our event menus.
And I was also looking at the drink side of the menu. I mean, you have an enormous number of beers and wines, and then of course cocktails. So do you work with the bar to create these, or is that a separate entity?
That's me as well. I'm a bit of a unicorn. I've been a chef for a long time, very passionate about food, but absolutely obsessed with beverage and mixology. So very much into the history of cocktails and sort of the true prohibition style flavor profiles, which always come back around. And then looking to see how far we can push the boundaries. So 5 years ago, we had 2 mezcal drinks on our menu before anyone knew what mezcal was. So now it's becoming more popular, and tequila is the new vodka in the US. it's really interesting that we try and stay ahead of the trends, and we're not scared to set the trends rather than follow them.
So what are some of the cocktails that you have that are, that you feel are signatures or that you're most proud of?
Yeah, probably the most one I'm proud of is the spiced pineapple mezcal margarita. So I was living in Dallas at the time, and obviously jalapeno margarita is very popular. And I was playing around with the flavor profiles. And when you come to mezcal either is pineapple forward in flavor profile or more smoky. And that's why the pineapple goes so well. The fresh pineapple flavor profile goes so well with mezcal. So then integrating that into a spice format and giving that sweet heat as well. So rather than just add jalapeno, because me coming from the chef side as well, and we've got a huge crossover. Obviously, mixology came and was invented by bartenders going into the kitchen and playing around with kitchen ingredients. So we've kind of turned that on its head. We've now got the chefs pushing the bar and saying, right, well, this is what we can do. So we actually make a Hellfire popsicle, which as it melts into the drink, it's got about 8 or 9 ingredients into that one popsicle with ginger. It's got jalapenos, poblanos, a chili syrup, and a pineapple gum syrup and ancho reyes verde. So all of those flavors, again, layers and layers of flavor. As the ice popsicle melts into the drink, your drink gets spicier and spicier.
Wow, that sounds amazing. I'll have to remember that mezcal goes well with pineapple because I've never tried that combination in a margarita. So it sounds like you craft all the cocktails from scratch too, and
yes,
you have you have bartenders at each location that are trained.
Yep, every opening we do, our MVO, the new venue openings, we have our team of internal talent that we bring out. We take the best of the best from the field and bring them in and train all the new associates on all of our standards. All of our recipes are digitalized, so there's no paper print of a menu. So if we do an update, everything's digital, everything's updated at once, so there's no paper copies laying around. But a lot of training goes into the theatre side of it as well. When you hear a cocktail shake, you shouldn't be ordering a draft beer when you're hearing that cocktail tin shake. So it's one of the best noises in a restaurant, and we really play on that too. And again, a lot of our presentation on our drinks does have the wow factor. We've got 2 smoked drinks that come with almost a show, and we have a lot of people getting their cameras ready to video when these drinks get delivered to their tables.
So do people come just for the food and drink, or does everybody play golf too?
A little bit of both. I think when people first come in, obviously they come in for a fantastic game, and then they realise how good the food and beverage is, and now they're staying and coming for both. We're open for lunch in all of our venues, and some of the venues do fantastically well with that lunch crowd. But it's definitely the evenings and weekends where we really ramp up and deliver on our triple threat.
And is it like the demographic, is it across all generations, or does it skew towards one or the other?
It really does. We cover for everyone. So we say we're from 7 to 70. We've got ADA courses in every venue as well. So it's wheelchair approachable, very easy to play, and it's for all generations. We go from different times of the day. Obviously, we have more families, and then you get your date nights come in for that early evening, and then our late night crowd, which is more the party crowd.
Wow, it sounds amazing. Do you have one in the New York area yet?
Not yet. We are still looking for a venue. Obviously, real estate is at premium in New York, but we definitely are looking.
Yeah, well, I hope so, because I'd love to try it. What are consumers' expectations when they come? You say you exceed their expectations because if it's a first timer, they probably come in thinking they're going to get wings and nachos. And
that's exactly and I think when they see the menu, they're quite surprised. And then when they actually try the food, we get a lot of great feedback about our food and beverage program, because we are a little bit more unique. Obviously, with the beverage, we are trying to create small mixology bar quality, but for 100 people at a time. So if you take a regular speakeasy that's probably selling 100 drinks in an evening, we're doing that every hour.
wow.
But still with high-end quality. Every drink still has 30 shakes in the cocktail tin.
Wow, that's amazing. And so how large are the venues are they? I mean, how many people can be there at once, like sitting?
They are very large venues. So our average is 23 to 25,000 square feet, up to 4 courses as well. So 4 9-hole courses, and then a huge bar. And then we have a secondary PDR bar, private dining room, that's usually sealed off as well. So you can have a private event in there, but then we open that up on the weekends and evenings when those aren't in use, just for general dining. So most restaurants have about a 230 seat restaurant inside as well.
Wow. Well, it sounds like you're having a lot of fun doing this job.
It's
and,
fantastic fun.
and you mentioned that you're looking at Nashville now, or are you open in Nashville?
We're already open in Nashville. It's a very successful store for us. It's a great market for us. We are just outside of the of Broadway, so that gives us the benefit of we get the local guests coming as well, not just the tourism. So it's a really nice mix. But we're trying to hit every big market in the US. We have Dallas, we have Houston, Boston. We have one in Boston suburbs as well, in Natick. We're just about to open our second store in Chicago suburbs, in Skokie, just above the city. And then we're straight down to Florida for our second Florida one in Dania Beach, which will open in September.
Oh, so that was going to be my question. What's next for Puttshack?
Yeah, so Skokie in June, Dania Beach in August. And then it will be our second Minneapolis location in River North in Minneapolis in September.
Wow. So you are a busy guy.
Lots of travel, lots of excitement.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Menu Talk. Like and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Pat Cobe.
And I'm Bret Thorne.
See you next week.
Our industry is grappling with uncertainty. At the 2025 National Restaurant Association show, you'll explore innovative solutions, strategies, and partnerships that will prepare you for whatever comes your way. Take it from me, the show has everything you need to elevate your front and back of house. You'll see, touch, taste, and demo the latest trending products across more than 900 categories, including food, beverage, technology, equipment, and more. Don't miss the industry's most trusted event taking place in Chicago, May 17th to 20th. Secure a badge by May 9th to save $30. Register today at nationalrestaurantshow.com. Rate quoted ends on May 9th and applies to operators only. Non-exhibiting suppliers are subject to a higher badge rate. Please check out the show's website.